Welcome back to Reading Rocks with Covenant Kids, where we have adventures with books and learn about God. Here are my friends, Jack and Jill, who have come up the hill they're going to read a book with us. Jack and Jill, are you ready to read a book? Okay. Well, boys and girls, we're going to read a book today called Our God is Bigger Than That. And this book is written by Michelle Medlock Adams and Eva Marie Everson. And it's illustrated by Anna Jones. So we hope you're going to enjoy this book adventure with us, and we're hoping to learn something we're going to learn about God, and we hope you're going to really enjoy the book. The sun comes up, the rooster crows, the coffee starts to perk. The farmer says, "Good morning, dog. It's time to go to work." Well, Jack and Jill, have you ever, this farmer has a rooster that wakes him up and his dog. Have you ever had a rooster wake you up? No? No, me either. But you know what? I don't live on a farm. Have you ever been to a farm? You have? I bet that was fun. Well, farmers do hard work, don't they? Did you see any animals on the farm? We're going to see some animals on the farm, okay? All right, well, let's see what we see on this farm, okay? All right. Well, boys and girls, let's see what we see on this farm, okay? All right. With that, the farmer and his dog walk through the morning dew. Dog shivers at the cool, wet grass. A kitten shivers too. "I'm scared," says Kitten to her mom. "The dog might see me here." "Don't be afraid," her mama says. "God's bigger than your fear. God's greater than your greatest fear. He knows just where you're at. No matter what you face in life, God is bigger than that. Our God is bigger than that." Well, Jack and Jill, have you ever been afraid of something? Now look at that little kitten. She went running to her mama, the mama cat. When you're afraid, do you go running maybe to your mom or your dad? Well, did you know that God is greater? That God watches after us when we're afraid. That God is greater than our greatest fear, no matter what we're afraid of. Okay, well, let's keep reading and find out. There might be some other things on the farm that some people or some animals are afraid of. Let's keep watching. Keep reading. The farmer calls, "Here, chick, chick, chick." But one chick says, "No way. I'm scared a fox might eat me up. I'll hide here in the hay." Well, boys and girls, did you know that foxes are the enemies of chickens? But these little baby chickens are going to run hide, so they should be okay. "Don't be afraid," says Mama Hen. "No foxes are in sight. Besides, God watches over us, on call both day and night. God's greater than your greatest fear. He knows just where you're at. No matter what you face in life, our God is bigger than that." Well, have you ever been afraid at night? Have you? Well, then what do you do? Do you hide under the covers, maybe? Do you call out for your mommy and daddy? Or your Nana and Papa? Sometimes. Well, there are different things we can do, but did you know what? It says that God watches over us day and night. How about that? Because He's greater than our greatest fear. How about that, boys and girls? Okay, well, let's keep reading. The farmer fills the trough with grain. It's time to feed the cows. Just then a mama mouse appears. "I'll be back," Mama vows. A little mouselet stays behind. She crouches way down low. "That cat might eat me," Mouselet says. "I'm too afraid to go." So she's going to hide. "Don't be afraid," says Mama Mouse. "God's looking out for you. He'll always be right by your side. There's nothing He won't do. God's greater than your greatest fear. He knows just where you're at. No matter what you face in life, our God is bigger than that." Well, how about that? Well, did you know that if you're afraid of something, that you don't have to be, because God is right by your side? Did you know that? Just like Jack is right by your side, Jill, and that Jill is right by your side, that God is right by your side. You can't see Him, but that's where He's at. Did you know that, boys and girls? That God is right by your side. Isn't that a good feeling? Isn't that a good feeling, boys and girls? He's greater than our biggest fear. Okay, let's keep reading. The farmer calls the herd of cows, but one calf will not come. "I'm scared of biting flies," calf says. "One bit me on my bum." But you think about a cow being afraid of a biting fly. "Don't be afraid," says Mama Cow. "I'll keep the flies away. And even if I'm not around, God's with you every day. God's greater than your greatest fear. He knows just where you're at. No matter what you face in life, our God is bigger than that." Well, what about that? Have you ever been afraid of a biting fly? You have? I've never really thought about a biting fly. But you know what? There's some things maybe snakes. Something like that. Maybe I might be afraid of snakes. Yes. But you know what? And guess what? Did you know that God is with you every day? Now, you know what? A lot of people think that God is just with us on Sundays when we go to church. Did you know that He's with us every day of the week, 7 days a week? Did you know that? Did you know that, boys and girls? 7 days a week, all the time. So, isn't that wonderful? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. "Let's feed the horses," Farmer says, but Dog won't budge at all. "They cannot kick you," Farmer says. "Each horse is in its stall." Dog whines and whines. He's still afraid. So Farmer picks him up. "You'll be okay," the farmer says. "I've got you. You're my pup." God's greater than your greatest fear. He knows just where you're at. No matter what you face in life, our God is greater than that. Well, sometimes if you just wanted someone just to pick you up, you've been just afraid or worried about something and you just wanted someone to pick you up, like maybe your mom or dad or Nana or Papa, you just needed to be picked up. Well, that's a good feeling. But you know what? God is just always there. So sometimes if you're afraid, just stop and think. You can say a prayer and say, "God, just help me not to be afraid." Okay? And that'll help you feel a lot better. He's greater than your greatest fear. That's right. It's been a very busy day. The work is never done. The farmer and his dog relax and watch the sinking sun. Well, boys and girls, I don't know if any of you have ever been, if you live in a farm or if you've been to a farm, but farmers work so hard and they grow our food, and we're so grateful for that. But at the end of the day, they deserve to relax, and it's just time to sit back and rest some. So look, the sun is sinking, and let's see what's going to happen next. Inside, the farmer's little girl is snugly tucked in bed. He comes inside to say goodnight and kisses her sweet head. But Daddy, I'm afraid, she says. It's way too dark in here. The farmer strokes his daughter's hair. I don't want you to fear. Well, Jack and Jill, have you ever been a little bit afraid of the dark? Maybe you wanted the light to stay on at night, maybe? I think a lot of people do that. Or they want a night light or something, or want someone to stay with them at night. Have you? Have you? Yes. Well, you know what? Guess what? God's always with you at night too, isn't? We said that. He's with you night and day. So sometimes you want your mom and daddy to stay with you a little bit longer at night, but guess what? God's with you. Let's turn the page and see. What her daddy tells her. He says, God's greater than your greatest fear. He knows just where you're at. No matter what you face in life, our God is greater than that. So we can always remember that, can't we? So at nighttime, if you feel a little bit afraid of the dark, just remember that God's with you. How about that, boys and girls? Can everybody say that with me? Can y'all say that? No matter what you face in life, our God is greater than that. And look at all the animals. They're all watching, and they'll all feel like going to bed and they'll feel like they can sleep, knowing that God is watching over them. How about that? Well, boys and girls, and Jack and Jill, did you enjoy that book today? Did you? Well, I'm so glad. And boys and girls, we hope you did too. We're looking forward to the next book and a new adventure as we learn about God. Parents, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching today. Join us next time for Reading Rocks and Covenant Kids.
My dad is so great, so strong and so